Practice stations, baby. Believe in them. How sweet it is to be back with my favorite people, the 5i family, and we're here for our next edition of 5i Tricks of the Trade. Just these simple ways to spend better time in these simulators, get more bang for your buck, improve that game day by day a little bit. Today we're talking practice stations, right? So in episode 2 we talked about using the cameras, identifying whether you're coming over the top or not, and some little feels for that. But understanding what's going wrong versus what you want to have happen, that's just the tip of the iceberg. Now we got to get into the nitty gritty. We got to rep it out, and we got to rep it out the right way. Enter practice stations. Okay, so here's a classic practice station right here. It's for my slicers out there. I know there's a lot of you.
Oh, don't cry.
We don't want to come over the top anymore, right? We know that, oh, backtrack for a second, right? Pause. 101, path creates curvature versus the face. And we're going to save the face for another day because that's a whole can of worms on its own. But let's just assume that the club face is relatively square. The club path will then create curvature through like an opposing glance on the ball, right? So let's just say this is my target line right here. I, as the golfer, am standing on the inside of the target line. There's the outside. So if I'm swinging more to the right, inside out, that would curve the ball to the left. That would be a draw for me. That's not what I do if I'm a slicer. If I'm a slicer, what do? I come over the top and swing outside in to the left, which can be a good thing, but for most of us out there, it's something we're trying to avoid to get rid of these slices. Okay, enough talking, Dan. Let's get into these practice stations. So let's grab my favorite club, 5-iron. And I'm just going to drop this across a bag that's sitting like a couple feet behind my ball. Whoop, let me hook it in there. Bang. Okay, we're good. So now what I have here is I have my golf ball here, and I have this club sitting out across the bag, and it's just outside sort of like my hand line. If I just kind of swing my arms back and forth, it's just outside that. Start slow. Maybe toss a head cover on here. If you're a little nervous, you're going to bash into it, right? Because you got to slow down to break free of your habits.
I want to break free.
But if we can get this club, my club, to drop under this kind of hanging club here, then I can create a more inside-out path. There's 4, and it's going to draw back to the left for me. What if you're a hooker? Can I say hooker? What if you're someone who overdraws the ball? Then we're going to slide this whole rig boop, 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 out in front, right? So now we got to get these hands and this club tracing back to the inside so we don't go too far inside out, because yes, we can go too far inside out. And too much of that's a bad thing too. So here I am, got my club just outside my hand line, but in front now, and I'm just going to work these hands back to the inside. Get a little bit of an outside in path maybe, or at least closer to it. Whoa, a little too much of that, but you get the idea. Okay, so use just a basic set of clubs to create a nice little club path avoidance drill practice station. I'll do that again, that was a lot. Use this set of clubs to create a simple little club path avoidance drill, behind to go inside out, in front to go outside in. And that's one way to use these clubs to get a lot better at the game of golf. How's that?
Good. We'll sign off.
Oh. Until next time, your friend Dan McCracken. Always a pleasure seeing you.